These are the games I recently played at a tournament with the goal of reaching 1900, but I failed, and here's why. Alright, game 1 started with b3. I'm going to play d5, bishop b2, c5, e3, knight c6, bishop b5, knight f6, and here I decided to just play f4 and go into a bird. He played e6, and I took his knight. He took back, and I played knight to f3. He played bishop to e7. And I just kept up in my standard bird setup. He went queen b6, and I decided to short castle. He went knight g4. I played queen to e1, he went c4. I went d4, which is apparently wrong. He took on b3, and here I saw why. Yeah, after I take back, he can play this, which traps my rook. Apparently I'm only a little bit worse, but I took his bishop. Oh, okay. Oh, I had to find queen g3. Here I played queen g3, which is apparently even more losing after knight e3. Rook e1 and knight f5. And here I just realized what I've done. I played queen f2. Queen back to b6 for some reason. Knight c3. And a5, I went knight to a4, trying to gain some active pieces, trying to do something. Queen c7 and knight to e5. Again, just trying to gain more active pieces. Bishop d6. And knight d3 because I didn't want to trade because I'm down material. And he played h5 here. I guess trying to stop g4. And I just went g3 here, trying to defend my center and make sure he can't attack me. He played bishop to e7, and I just put my knight straight back on e5. And he played bishop f6 this time. And he just refused to castle this game, and he did ultimately pay the price. I went knight f3, and he went knight to e7. I don't know why he just wasn't castling. I played bishop a3. Then he played knight c8. Now he does not have the option to castle. I just put my knight right back on e5. And he took it. I took back with the f-pawn to open up the f-file, try and gain some sort of active counterplay. Because now he can't castle, and he especially can't castle after he played this. Knight b6, and here I went bishop to d6. He played queen d8, and I went rook f1, threatening checkmate on f7. He played rook a7, and I went bishop c5. I'm pinning his knight. He took on a4, I took on a7. He played queen to d7. I played bishop to b8. And he went knight c3. Queen d2. Knight e4. I took the pawn, and here, finally, on move 33, he castled. Took him so long to castle. Anyways, I went queen a7, just trying to trade queens because I felt like I had to. He played rook to a8, and I played bishop to b6. Rook a2, rook c1, knight c3, and king f2. Rook a6, bishop c5, he gave this check. I went king g2, and he took on c5. And he went here, and I just played d4 just to defend the pawn. He went rook to a4, and I defended that pawn. He played d4. He took. I went rook d1. He played rook b3. h4, g6. He offered a draw, and I accepted. So game 1 was pretty bad, and game 2 was a lot more chaotic. And I was winning at the end, but I didn't see. This game was a lot more chaotic. I had black d4, f5. So I just finally play this because I've been working on it for a while, and I only just now brought it out. He played the main line, and we both feed and ketoed and castled. c4, d6, knight c3, and c6 Warsaw variation. It's just the safest because it covers a bunch of. It covers d5 and b5 and blocks out white's bishop a bit, and creates a square for your queenside knight to go to in the future. Maybe a6, c7, like that. So here he played queen to b3, and I played king h8, just trying to step off the diagonal. He went rook d1, and I went queen to e8, trying to play e4. He went d5 here, and I played a mistake, which was c5. I played this because I thought the top edge move was knight a6, but if I played this, I was worried about like him taking, and I was worried about him moving the knight here or something, and this pawn being a weakness. And if I used the bishop to defend, I was worried something like this would be possible. But that's what I missed. So I played c5 and closed it, which was wrong. After I played c5, he went here trying to immediately punish me for playing it. Knight g5, and here I played knight to a6, just trying to hang on. He went knight b5, just putting all sorts of pressure on me. I went knight g4, trying to get some counterplay on his king and open up my bishop a lot. He went knight to e6, and I took. He took. Now queen c8 to defend the pawn, and apparently I'm still alive. He played bishop to d5, and I played knight b4. Yeah, now it's not that bad for me anymore. h3, knight f6. Knight c3, and I took the bishop, which is wrong. I went here, and I went a6, trying to gain counterplay on the queen side. He went here, trying to punish me for weakening the b6 square. Queen c7, queen d6, take, and rook to a7. A really weird looking move, but I wanted to play a5 and rook a6, and get his knight out like that. That was the idea. He went bishop g5, and I continued with that plan like this. I completely ignored his threat, though, which was to take, and then after I take back, knight d7, rook e8, and then he takes. Now he has a passed pawn, and a lot more space, but I might be able to do something in this endgame. Anyways, he played rook a to c1. I went b5, trying to like make sure he can't break through on the queen side, because if he manages to open up a file, I am dead. He went a3, and I just went b4. Take, rook a1. I reinforce my rook. He takes my rook, and I take back. Now I realize that he actually can't really break through immediately, so I take full advantage of that and bring my king. d4, and here I played a mistake. f4. King f3, g5. Like, the reason f4 was a mistake is because it forces me to play g5 and weaken this square, and weaken the f5 square. King e4, king g7, king f5, and h6, just stabilizing the structure, but apparently I'm still not lost. Rook h1, b3, rook c1, and I played rook a4 here. And he went rook to c3. I went rook to b4, which is wrong, apparently. But he just went right back c1 and is now losing. After rook to d4, because now you can't defend this pawn anymore. He went rook c3, I took. King e4, rook e5 check, king d3, and rook takes d6. Rook takes b3, and here, apparently I'm winning if I play c4, which I did not see, and I played d5. Like, I did see it, but I decided not to play it. He gave a check, and I moved my king up. Rook e7 and rook e5. Rook c7. c4 check, king d2. He's got to keep his pawns defended. I'm at h5 trying to break through on the king's side. Rook c6. And I took on g4. But now, like, I don't really have a good way to make progress. Rook d8, but I still tried trying to bring my rook over. Rook d6 and rook b8. King c3. Rook b3 check and king c2. Rook b5. Like, you see the top engine move f3. I missed that for so long. King back c3. King f7. Rook a6. King to e7. Rook c6. Rook b3 check. And here, like we agreed to a draw, but yeah, after he goes back though, what I missed was f3 is winning. It's winning because if you take that, then my rook gets in and I destroy everything. And here, this is the top engine move, but I can take, or apparently this is better. And if you play e3, which is what I thought saved him, and which is why I did not play f3, because I thought this saved him. But what I missed was this. If you take that, then GG. Pawn gets through. But if you don't, then I'm just going to play rook e2, take on f2. g4 is very weak, and I'm just going to win. And like I said, if you take f3, then taking is over. And e4 is a ridiculous computer move. Like, he takes, and what? Oh. And does this work? No. Guess the rook comes back. No. Okay, apparently that's a draw. But rook to e3 is just a crazy move. Same thing as 4. You can't take that because of this. And if you take that, then yeah, I guess this is. Yeah, I guess this is losing. Well, this was a good game, even if I missed a win. I got destroyed. Game 3, I had the black pieces again. I decided to go for a King's Indian here, g6, and he went bishop f4. He really annoyed me. Bishop e7, e3, castles. Bishop d3, d6, c3, and bd7. Queen c2 and queen e8. This is my way of fighting the London. He went knight bd2 and I went e5. Strike in the center, take, and bishop g3. Here I just went knight h5. He went knight to e4. And I made a mistake. I thought you're not supposed to open this file in London. I took his bishop. And I went knight b6 here. So I wanted to go f5, e4, but I saw he had a check. So I played this so my bishop could block that check. Knight to g5. And h6. And he played knight takes f7. Oh, top engine move. We were wondering after the game was the sacrifice correct. Took there, and I played queen f6. Played knight h4, and I went bishop to e6, which is wrong. Bishop. Oh, so I can. Oh. bishop b6 was wrong, and now I'm worse. Check. King f7. Best move. Oh, he long castled. And I played rook a8, which... No, he didn't take that. He played f4, and I took his rook. He took, and here I blundered with rook d8. Take. This, like, what I missed was my king's trying to defend both bishops, and it can't. Here. He took my bishop. I went bishop f6 trying to defend. And he went here, and then I realized what I'd done, and I resigned. Like, this was sad. I lost so quickly. Hopefully I have a better day next time.